This is the best Gale M1 build because of the high amount of damage that it does, and it has so much damage versus bosses such as Etheron. You can one cycle him as seen here. I call this build the Knight of the Undying Wind because you can never lose ether as long as you use M1. You can easily stagger opponents, which is really good in the Diluvian if you're hoping to progress. This build also has perfect flash, so as soon as you get a monster and you get to over 95 health, your mantras are doing 25% more of the damage than they usually would. This build is so good that the Bounders are a piece of cake because of how fast you can stagger them. Your M1s can easily do over 1,000 damage with the correct enchant stones and the correct rings. Not to mention, this build can get to high waves on the Diluvian for the loot, and if you have the correct armor and DVM, you might even be able to solo it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the order progression and all the stats and armor you would need for the build. So the best race for this build, of course, is going to be Vesperian. But honestly, you can do this build on any race, so it doesn't really matter. This build is for all races. What you want to do is you want to get 30 intelligence for your perfect flash, then you want to get 100 willpower and 100 fortitude for brick wall, put 1 into your heavy, and put 1 into your gale. After this, you can go ahead and Shrine of Order and go ahead and start increasing your heavy weapon and your gale. Go ahead and get at least 70 heavy weapon for your M1 damage, and then you can go ahead and put 80 into your gale so you can get 5-star gale mantras. For your weapon and enchant, I suggest you get a Grim Evan Spear hand axe so you can easily do 1,000 damage with rings. For your bow, you kind of have two options. You can either do the Corrupted Beam variant of Payback, or you can do the Corrupted variant of Crazy Slots. The reason you would do Crazy Slots is for your M1 damage, and the reason you would do Payback is for the monster damage. The side effects for the Corrupted variant are all up to you. Honestly, your build doesn't even have to be corrupted if you don't want it to be. I just prefer it because it does more damage. Last but not least is your Oath. For your Oath, I recommend Dawnwalker, and the reason for this is because it has Blinding Dawn and Radiant Dawn. Radiant Dawn to get some of the humanoid enemies off of you, and Blinding Dawn for that incredible AoE damage that I talked about in the last video. But other than that, that's really it. So with that being said, let's see a showcase of the build. With that being said, that's the end of this video, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, and thank you for watching this far if you did. Have fun with making this build. Good luck.